Hi, my name is Jacqueline van Ierssel, and for my PhD research, I developed the Concussion Recovery Questionnaire, a self-report measure of functional status following concussion. Approximately 3 million people sustain a concussion in the United States every year, and while most recover quickly, a third will continue to have symptoms beyond 1 month. Common symptoms include headache, dizziness, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. This can make it difficult to return to school, sports, work, or even look at a screen. In my research, I wanted to know how we should best measure the functional impact of concussion from the lived experience of Canadians with concussion and clinicians who treat them. In my first study, I reviewed the literature to examine how recovery is currently being measured in concussion research. For my second study, I interviewed adults with concussion and clinicians with concussion expertise to better understand how recovery should be measured. In my third study, I used this information to create a self-report questionnaire that was based on lived experiences. I pre-tested the questionnaire during multiple rounds of interviews with patients and clinicians to ensure that it met the needs of those who would use it. In my final study, I compared the new questionnaire to existing questionnaires to determine if it was sufficiently unique to justify its use. There were 3 major findings. First, recovery should consider function rather than symptoms. Second, environmental and personal factors can act as barriers and facilitators to recovery. And third, function should be measured in terms of capacity. My research culminated in the development of the Concussion Recovery Questionnaire. The first scale measures functional capacity. The second scale measures barriers and facilitators. And the third scale measures overall function compared with pre-injury and recovery expectations. The Concussion Recovery Questionnaire is novel in that it measures recovery in terms of time before the onset or worsening of symptoms and represents a paradigm shift from current clinical practice and consensus guidelines. This has clinical significance in setting patient-centered goals around work, school, physical activities, social activities, and personal activities, and allows for objective measurements of recovery.